Hey everybody, it's Matty here with Altcoin Buzz. Hope you're having a better day today than we were all having yesterday. I don't want to jinx anything. I don't want to suggest we're at some point of recovery, which we may not be. But let's take little victories where we can and feel reassured in the knowledge that things are looking up since yesterday. There's been a little bit of a bounce. Who knows? Things could go right back down and could plummet to new lows as soon as this video comes out. But, taking a look at coinmarketcap.com, of course, we discussed the very grim conditions yesterday. And taking a look at some of the top 100 performers, it's not quite, but it's almost, looking at the top 10 here among those top 100, it's almost a reversal of what we saw yesterday. And you have some projects like Chainlink here, holy cow, up 26%, almost 27% in the last 24 hours. And just about all of these here up north of 10%. You do have some coins that are still suffering, and you do have some losses, no doubt about it. But overall, taking a look at the top 10, the top 20, and beyond, we're seeing some moderate gains since yesterday's lows. Now, a gain of 1 or 2 or 3 or 4% still means that, we're in that territory of the valley that we entered yesterday. But the total market cap is $230 billion right now. We were as low as about 220, even lower than that, actually, about 218. So we're up a good 10, 12 billion, and it's not bad. I'm not saying, guys, in any way that we're out of the woods, and I'm not suggesting or hinting at anything here, but hey, not financial advice. If you're like me and you have these observations, you look at the market and you say there's this unreasonable and exaggerated negative impact that FUD is having and people are just selling off in a panic. If you're like me, you assess those situations and you say, hey, here's an opportunity to make 5, 10, 15, 20, 25% on some of my favorite projects. Not financial advice, but I'm just trying to suggest, I'm trying to instill a sense of positivity. There has been a lot of bad news. And again, let's just take this for what it is. Today we're up a little bit, so enjoy it. And there you go. I do like to say that we always start on altcoinbuzz.io, but we had to get that market update out of the way, so let us know your comments about that. And now we'll move on to Licia's article here talking about scammers, which I brought up yesterday as well. I'm looking at you people that post about Gary Charles. We're not having any of that. So watch out for crypto scam bots on Twitter. There are at least 15,000, writes Licia. Duo Security, the leading provider of unified access security and multi-factor authentication, has published a report, Don't At Me, Hunting Twitter Bots at Scale. If you click on this, you can download the report, in which it exposes an advanced botnet of fake cryptocurrency giveaways on Twitter. I've said it before, guys. You've been cautioned, I think, by every reputable crypto personality on YouTube or on Twitter. Don't ever send anything to anybody. Somebody says, hey, send me 5 ETH, I'll send you back 50 or whatever the figures may be. Never send anybody any of your currencies, digital or otherwise, and never give away your private keys. Never put yourself in a position where you're giving away compromising information, and never give away any of your assets. It's all fake. It's all scams. So according to the official press release, the company has collected and analyzed 88 million public Twitter accounts comprising more than 500 million tweets from May to July 2018. This is the first time such a large amount of Twitter data sets has been analyzed. By using machine learning algorithms, the researchers established that there are at least 15,000 crypto scam bots operating on this social media, referring to Twitter. Quote, the typical operation of the bots involves first creating a spoofed account for a legitimate cryptocurrency affiliated account. This spoofed account would appear to be a randomly generated screen name and would copy the name and the picture of the legitimate account, the report says. So you'll see a lot of people, Altcoin Buzz, for example. You may see the handle Altcoin Buzz, and instead of ALT for alt, it's like A1T, little things like that the eye doesn't quite catch. And regardless, even if it looks legit, even if the picture looks, fair, never give any money away, never compromise your private key information. So it's nice to see that there's a report on this. It's nice to see that there's a little bit of a crackdown, or at least an awareness of it. Twitter, in turn, claims that, quote, spammy content is hidden on Twitter on the basis of automated detections. The problem is, however, that even if Twitter hides the malicious content from search and conversations, it may still be available via application programming interface. I don't think the scammers are ever going to go away. You can just look at our comments section in this YouTube video for proof of that. However, to the extent that this helps people raise their guard, that it helps people become more alert about it, that's a good thing. So check out the report, check out Lisa's article for more information. Of course, we're going to link to this in the description below. You can read more about Duo News in Press here. Duo Security analyzes 88 million Twitter accounts to reveal inner workings of botnets. Researchers to release open source tools at Black Hat conference to identify bots at scale and track malicious cryptocurrency botnet. It seems to be an epidemic, especially in cryptocurrency for whatever reason. I think it's a new market, new people are getting into it. People are not oblivious, but they're not necessarily across all of the different mechanisms of how things work. And unfortunately, when you have new entrants in a market like that, those are the people that are, again, unfortunately, easier to fool. You can read about this article from back in April by Garrett. Scammers continue to find ways to pose as verified Twitter accounts. And going back here to medium.com in an article from July 16th, you have an open letter from the crypto community to Twitter, End the Hypocrisy, #Save Twitter, directed specifically to Jack Dorsey. Spam and suspicious accounts have become an unfortunate cornerstone of social media. Twitter appears to be at the forefront. So you can read that open letter here. Again, we will link to that in the description below. In other news, here by Chris, a lot of good news from Coinbase this week. I keep joking about it, but it's becoming less and less of a joke and more realistic. Coinbase is taking over the world, one convenient feature at a time that it's directing toward its user base. It's just making things easier and easier. And look, maybe you don't love Coinbase, maybe you don't use Coinbase, but the fact is that they're investing quite a lot and they're making their system better and better, at least in my opinion. So, as written here, Coinbase begins the process of full trading for Ethereum Classic, allows instant buy-sell, and increases the limits of most US customers to $25,000 per day. It's also exploring the addition of fiat transfers with the British pound. So along with the addition of Ethereum Classic trading on Coinbase Pro, Coinbase announces instant buy-sell and daily limits to $25,000. With the recent cliff dive the market has decided to put us through, this news has gone completely under the radar as expected. In recent times, investors have been able to buy coins on Coinbase and immediately send those funds wherever he or she chooses, but this was not always the case. During the bull run in late 2017 and early 2018, funds were actually locked up for about 5 days after purchase. Now those times are finally over. It is important to note, however, this only works with debit cards and wire transfers, again, once the wire clears. In addition, Coinbase have increased the limits of most US customers from $25,000 weekly to $25,000 daily. While this doesn't affect as many people as instant buy-sell, this is still good news for many who have been in the space for a while, because trading a Bitcoin back in December would have eaten up the entire limit. That doesn't apply to me. I'm not a whale. I'm not even like a manatee anywhere in that ballpark. But, for those people that have a little bit more money to play around with, hey, maybe that opens the gates for them. Maybe it's an added incentive for them to dip their toes in the water and start using Coinbase and start using it with higher and higher volume. Let us know what you guys think about Coinbase, and do be sure to leave an article comment for Chris. I think they're doing a good job, and I think, the more features they offer, the more they open themselves up as far as conveniences for their users. Hey, power to them. I think it helps spread awareness of the entire space. Finally, today, guys, we're looking at the next installment in our ICO review series, Celer Network. I believe you guys all know the drill by now. We take a look at upcoming promising ICOs that the Altcoin Buzz team is excited about. We evaluate them on their team, their advisory board, their technology, their different partnerships that they're involved with, their economics, their commercial business model, all that kind of stuff, their marketing, and we evaluate them very, very quantitatively on the basis of those different parameters. Then we ultimately give them a total mark out of 100. So if you want to learn more about Celer Network, you can take a look at this article, this review. We don't have time to go over everything here, but in brief, Celer Network is an internet-scale, trust-free, and privacy-preserving platform. It is run on top of existing and future blockchains, in which highly scalable decentralized applications can be built and operated in a timely manner. It uses an off-chain scaling solution called C-Stack to provide speed and flexibility. C-Stack includes the bottom layer, C-Channel, a generalized state channel and sidechain suite, C-Root, a provably optimal value transfer routing layer, COS, a development framework and runtime for off-chain enabled applications, and C-Apps, an application ecosystem allowing for billions of off-chain transactions. Celer Network also has a function called C-Economy, which aims to add additional value and enable new dynamics to the token model, balancing out the trade-offs which off-chain scaling creates. It does this through the three components of proof of liquidity commitment, liquidity backing auctions, and the State Guardian Network. There you have it. That may be a little bit over my head, but if you guys are into tech and you guys are looking for, what we feel is the next promising ICO, do be sure to take a look at Celer Network. We're going to link, of course, to our review in the description below. You can also check them out here, celer.network. They have quite a sharp website. With that, guys, it's about all the news we have for the day. Nice to see that things are a little bit up, even if only marginally. Fingers crossed. I hope we don't take another nosedive, but it's always possible. You always have to expect the worst. Hope for the best, prepare for the worst, and you guys will be fine in life, whether it's crypto or something else. We always said that when we went camping on different wilderness trips. You always got to prepare for the worst and hope for the best, and no matter what happens, you're going to have a good time if that's your preparatory mindset. Do be sure you're following Altcoin Buzz and Altcoin Buzz News on Twitter. Make sure you're following us on Facebook, on Telegram, on Instagram. All that fun stuff. We didn't get to this story about the Philippines building Crypto Valley of Asia, but we're going to take a look at that one tomorrow for sure. Guys, if you choose to invest, I wish you happy investing. If not, that's cool too. Hey, look, we'll see you again in a new video. Stay positive, be well, and have a great evening. Take care, everybody.